What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I want to respond to an article that's talking about things that you can do if you have $1,000 in the bank by talking about how much silver you would be able to get for $1,000. But really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. Trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. And if you want to help support the channel by getting some DYDSS merchandise, of course we have a bunch of different precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products as well, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance, it's more than appreciated. But today I want to talk about silver. Sitting here in front of me we have not a whole lot of silver, just a little teeny tiny bit of silver. We have a tube of Silver Eagles. We got a little packet, whatever you want to call it, of some Maple Leafs. We got a 5 ounce and a 10 ounce Silver Sunshine bar over here, 2 1 ounce bars over here. This one's actually technically a coin, believe it or not. We have the Canadian Voyager coin, Philharmonic, Year of the Dog, Landmarks of Britain, Kangaroo, Maple, and Eagle. That's it. That's all. I'm running lean today. So, the article that I came across earlier today is an article on The Penny Hoarder, which is a website that talks about a bunch of things personal finance related. And it caught my eye because the title says, if you have more than $1,000 in your checking account, make these 5 moves. Knowing me, I'm always curious about new or different or unique ways of moving currency around or moving money around so that I can make more. And I'm not going to read through the entire article. I'm going to skim through it as quickly as possible because I don't agree with any of the 5 steps that they talk about, but I'm going to acknowledge it anyway because they are the reason that the video that I'm filming right now came to fruition. So first and foremost, let's just go through it really quick. Number 1 on the list that they say, see if you can get more money from this company, and then they go on to talk about a specific company. And then 2, spend $5 to own a piece of Amazon, Google, or other companies. So they're insinuating fractional shares on a very, very, very small micro level. 3, give your family $1 million. I'm going to be honest with you, I did not care enough to read through number 3. 4, ask this company to pay your credit cards, and then they kind of refer you on over to a website or an app that supposedly will pay your debts for you. Number 5, invest like a tycoon even if you're not rich. And that's all I'm going to say about the article. I want to talk about silver now. I just wanted to acknowledge their article and reference it because the article is what inspired today's video. If you want to read the details, I'll link it in the description. But moving forward, since the article was talking about things to do with $1,000, me being a person who enjoys silver, I love silver. I make videos about silver almost every single day, and I was thinking about it. If I were to add something to the list, you could get $1,000 worth of silver. As much as I hate to word it that way, it sounds so ridiculous. I don't say it like that anymore. Something that I worked really hard on in terms of changing terminology was that right there. I no longer say X amount of dollars worth of silver just for the sake of today's video. I just thought that it made sense. I don't say X amount of dollars. I don't say $1,000 worth of silver because why would I measure my wealth in dollars when I could measure my wealth in ounces of silver? That's what it is. This right here, this is not fiat, this is not currency. This right here is real, true, honest money. And that's what we're talking about in today's video, and that's usually what we talk about on this channel. So we ain't telling ghost stories over here. For those of you who do not understand that reference, the dollar bill has been referred to as the ghost of money. So anyway, moving forward, let's talk about silver now. With $1,000, how much silver could you get? Short answer is approximately 50 ounces of silver. Doesn't sound like a whole lot in the grand scheme of things. 50 ounces of silver is not a whole lot of silver at all in any way, shape, or form. But $1,000, and the current spot price is in the $17 range as I'm filming this video. Of course, you got to tack on at least a $1, $2, $3 premium per ounce of silver. So we're going to round that 17-ish dollar amount up to 20 bucks. 20 bucks, multiply that by 50 ounces of silver, get about $1,000. So you could take your $1,000. Now, I'm not telling you what to do because I'm obviously not a financial advisor. Nothing on this channel should ever be taken as financial advice. It's all for entertainment purposes and to help initiate a conversation. So, by the way, what are your thoughts? Head on down to the comments and let me know. But if you were to take those $1,000, you could convert them into 50 ounces of silver, which is the exact amount of silver that I have laid out in front of me right here. This tube of Silver Eagles holds 20 Silver Eagles. So 20 right off the bat. 20 in here, 10 ounce silver bar and a 5 ounce on top. So 20, 30, 35. This right here is 6, so up to 41. 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. 50 ounces of silver in front of me. That's why I have 50 ounces of silver. That's why I have these coins, these bars, these rounds in front of me. Actually, technically, I don't even have any rounds in front of me. That's why I have these coins and bars in front of me, because this is 50 ounces of silver, and this is what you could get, approximately, for $1,000. So I wanted to talk about this today, and I also wanted to talk about why I changed my terminology and what these 50 ounces of silver can do for you in the long run. So really quick, as for the terminology, when I first started stacking, I would pick up maybe 4, 5, 6 ounces of silver at a time, usually. I would bounce around from different online precious metal dealer storefronts. Sometimes it would be a silver bar, sometimes it would be a round, sometimes it'd be a coin, sometimes it'd be a mixture of all three, sometimes it would be some 90% junk constitutional silver. Regardless of what I got, I always made sure to hit that $100 minimum, that way I could get the free shipping. So when I was brand new to the world of stacking, I would say I just picked up $100 worth of silver. That was my mistake. Was it a terrible, horrible mistake that ruined my life? No. Doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Words are just words. But it took me a couple months to figure out that that's not really $100 worth of silver. It's 5 ounces of silver. Why measure your wealth in dollars? You could have a mountain of silver in your house, silver and gold. But people who have insane amounts of silver and gold, you don't often hear them saying, oh yeah, I got $100,000 worth of silver and gold. I got $1 million worth of silver and gold. No, they measure their wealth in ounces. They tell you exactly how many ounces of silver that they have, if they're comfortable sharing that information, that is. I'm personally not comfortable sharing that information, at least not online, because why would I tell people how many ounces of silver I have in the safe when I don't tell people how many dollars I have in the bank? Same thing. Privacy. Safety. So, other than terminology, I also wanted to talk about what 50 ounces of silver can do for you. Another article I frequently mention and reference on this channel is a 2016 Forbes article that talked about how more than 60% of Americans have less than $500 in savings. More than 60% of Americans are unable to afford a $500 emergency. Whether it's a car repair, whether it's an unexpected medical emergency, whether it's fixing property damage, or whether it's putting food on the table if you get laid off of work, or if you are one of the 40 million people who have been financially smacked in the face due to this global health crisis going on. It's actually way more than 40 million, but I'm referring to the 40 plus million Americans who have been making unemployment claims over the last couple of weeks. Point being is that the overwhelming majority of people don't even have $500 to their name. And by the way, $500 cannot get you very far. $500 is not a whole lot of dollars. Is this all of those people's fault for having not even $500 in savings? I wouldn't say it's all of their fault. Granted, I would assume that a huge portion of them are obsessive consumers who do not know how to manage money, but there's a huge number of people in this country who are living paycheck to paycheck as it is. They don't even have $1 left over at the end of the month. Usually at the end of the month, after paying their bills, sometimes they're in the negatives. So trust me, I try to be empathetic. But when it comes to stacking silver, it doesn't have to be all that hard. You could pick up a silver dime or a silver quarter. Or some silver half dollars. You could pick up one of these at a time. One silver dime would run you less than $2. So if you really, truly, honestly, genuinely, wholeheartedly want to stack silver, but you don't have $1,000 in your checking account, either don't have $1,000 period, or you don't have $1,000 that you're comfortable putting into silver, you do not need to get 50 ounces of silver. You don't need to place an order on some website or go to a coin shop and get 50 ounces of silver. You do not need to do that. You can go and pick up 1 ounce of silver. If you have $20 that you're comfortable putting into silver, might run you a little bit more, might run you a little bit less, depending on what the piece of silver is. Or if you have less than $20, you can go and pick up 1 or 2 90% junk silver coins at a time. You can go to the coin shop and pick up 1 silver dime. It'd be like $2 or less. You do not need $1,000 to stack silver. Oftentimes, you don't even need $5 to stack silver. Oftentimes, it would be cheaper to pick up 1 little teeny tiny piece of silver than it would be to order breakfast off the dollar menu. It doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be a huge dollar amount. You can stack at your own pace. And the cool thing is, there's no rush. There's no finish line where everyone's trying to one-up each other and try to surpass each other and try to beat each other to X amount of ounces. It doesn't work that way. Not in the silver stacking world, at least. Most other realms are pretty competitive. Most other hobbies, people try to one-up each other and try to show off. It ain't like that over here. If you have no silver at all and you just pick up your first 1 little teeny tiny piece of silver. Here's a very quick personal story I'll share. My very first silver pickup ever was a 1 ounce silver round, a basic generic secondary market silver round that I got from a coin shop. It was actually not even a coin shop, it was more of an antique shop, but they had coins as well. Came home, was pretty excited about it. I said to myself, I got my very first little teeny tiny piece of wealth today. I made a video about it. This was around Christmas time of 2017, and that was the very first silver video I ever made in my life. I was flooded with support. People who didn't even know who I was, people who have been stacking silver for days, weeks, months, years, decades, came across my channel because of that video. I had never spoken about silver on YouTube prior to that day, but when I posted that video, I was welcomed with open arms. People said, "You're a young guy stacking silver? Good for you, you're already ahead of the game. Good for you, you already discovered true money years, decades before most people do." I was basically given a round of applause. So the point I'm trying to get across is not to say, oh yeah, I'm a young guy who discovered silver. Look at me. Yeah, look at me. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate how smart I am. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you don't need a whole lot of silver for people to be like, hey, good for you. You're stacking silver. But at the end of the day, it's not even about what other people say. It's not about other people patting you on the back. It's not about people, clapping it up, saying, hey, good for you. It's not about that. You don't have to make videos about it. You don't have to tell anybody about it. At the end of the day, you know what you're doing. At the end of the day, you know you're stacking silver. At the end of the day, you know you are slowly but surely stockpiling true wealth, a worldwide recognized form of payment, globally viewed as money, constitutionally viewed as money, biblically viewed as money. Silver ain't going anywhere. So, the last final point I want to make is that if you take, let's just say $1,000 and you put it into, let's just say 50 ounces of silver. Silver is very, very low right now. Like I said, it's only like 17 and change, 17, maybe closer to $18 at this point. I think it was $17.90 yesterday. But silver in the past has gone up so much higher than that $17 mark. So silver right now is a little bit under $20 an ounce. So let's just say silver were to double to just under $40 an ounce. What if you were to put $1,000, 1,000 fiat currency glorified IOU dollars into real true money, and then silver were to double one day in the future? We already know it's possible because it's already happened. You don't sound like a crazy person saying, hey, it could very well happen again. We already know it's possible. We're not asking silver to do something that it hasn't already done. Silver has already gone up to $35, $40, $45, $50 in the past. Silver's already done it. We already know what silver is capable of. Now, am I sitting here with my fingers crossed, hoping and praying and begging for silver to double, triple, quadruple in value? No, not necessarily. All silver needs to do, for me, is hold its value, which it does a very good job doing, by the way. And if it does increase in value, then that's just a win on top of a win as far as I'm concerned. It ain't about making money. It's about saving money. This is wealth preservation. This is not an investment. This is not gambling. This is not a business. This is not the stock market. This is not real estate. This is stacking silver for the long term. It's a hedge against inflation, and it's designed to preserve your wealth for the long term. So once again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing on this channel is financial advice. Do your own research before you do anything, obviously, when it comes to your currency, when it comes to your fiat, when it comes to your money. But all my videos are specifically designed to be for entertainment purposes only, but they're also to help initiate a conversation. So once again, I'm curious, what are your thoughts? Everything that I shared in today's video, what are your thoughts? Let me know your opinions in the comment section down below. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to subscribe. New videos every single day, 365 days a year. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. Trying really hard to hit 1,000 subscribers, so help us out. And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. Of course, we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with the 3 new designs, the 3 9s, 4 9s, and 90% t-shirt and hoodie available in black, white, gray, red, blue, and pink. And we have a ton of other products as well, t-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, and many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations, such as the DYDSS Military Tee, which is helping us raise funds and awareness for Military with PTSD Inc., a non-profit actively working to help improve the lives of our veterans. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. And once again, please head on down to the comments and let me know, what are your thoughts when it comes to silver? Do you think that putting 1,000 of your fiat currency glorified IOU dollars into approximately, roughly, right around 50 ounces of silver, do you think that's a smart move? Is that the way to go? Is that the right thing to do in your opinion and from your perspective? Let me know in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.